So Nolin River and Nolin Lake and white bass just kind of go together. And I'm down here with a good buddy of mine, Dr. Josh Honecker, and we're in search of the white bass.
Yeah, Nolin's known for it, and through the years we've fished for him a lot of times, and it's an exciting, fun venture.
Yeah, you know, I love fishing down here for these white bass when they get in the jumps. A couple things you'd look for is lack of wind and not a lot of boat traffic. So right here in the middle of the week, this is a really good time to get out here and try to catch them.
You know, this time of year, if you just drive around enough, you'll see some schools. And they cycle in the years. You know, some years are better than others, and recently it seems like they've been more active.
This is a good thing to do to get out and catch big numbers of fish when they're on. It's a great way to get a kid or introduce a new person to fishing.
It's highly active, and you never know, you might catch a largemouth in the jumps as well.
Absolutely. I fully suspect we probably will. It's supposed to be 96 degrees today. It's going to be a get out early, finish early, but hopefully we start seeing some schools of jumping fish. I'm starting to see them right here. Look out here.
Yeah, right in front of us.
Matter of fact, we're going to turn the boat off and get ready because I fully suspect that any second we're going to start having fish on. I'm going to start off with a topwater bait just because it's so exciting to see them blow up on topwater.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. White bass number one. Now that's a little one. I'll tell you what, one thing if you're throwing any type of lure like this that has treble hooks, I tell you, a must is to have a set of pliers. If you've never eaten white bass, you know how to fillet these, they are fantastic. So incredibly good to eat. But we're gonna throw them back today, and this is a little bitty one, probably about 8 inches.
Oh, there's one.
You got him?
Yep.
That a better fish?
Well, I don't know about better.
That's a little bit better than the one I caught.
Maybe a little bit.
This lake has an enormous population of plus 15 fish, and I have caught them up to 18 inches in here, so.
Yeah, numbers and size this lake's known for. Here's another.
Bam, you got another one already.
Even when the water quits boiling, you still catch them.
Aren't they such a hard-fighting fish for their size?
Oh, just like a smallmouth, you think they're twice their size. That one's got a blind eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That compared to that side.
Look at this. Now this is a spotted bass. You got a good chance of catching both largemouth, spotted bass, and white bass out here doing this. I've even caught bluegill, all kinds of opportunities. I'm gonna go to a swim bait approach here for a few casts. Oh, there he is.
Change to a different tail spinner. This is a spinnerite. We'll probably talk a little bit more about it later. It's a unique history.
A history very close to where we're at right here.
Very close, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Look at there, nice white bass. Look, here we go. They're not really jumping like crazy, but they're here.
Right.
We're catching smaller size that I've been catching down here this year, but we're still early. I mean, the sun just came up.
When you're fishing with someone else, you want to make sure you're getting different levels because the schools, some are deeper, some are, you know, more shallow. You've got swim bait, I got a 1/4 ounce spin right on, so we're going to hit different layers here. And sometimes those bigger ones are definitely down deeper.
Look at there.
That's where both hooks got this fish.
Oh, up in front of us, big pod.
There they are.
Here we go. White bass, black bass, what do we think? It's like a little white bass.
Probably white bass. Here's one. That's probably an average Nolin white bass size.
12, 13 inches probably?
Just bigger than the ones we've been catching this morning.
Oh, another spotted bass. See you, buddy. Josh, that little bait you're throwing, you're really catching them. Now that is one of the original tail spinners. It's called the Pettigo Spin, right?
Yeah, so my grandfather was really good friends with Cecil Pettigo, the inventor of the lure, and they were big, avid fishing buddies. But then they quit making it in the late 70s, and honestly, the Pettigo Spitting Right, it sat idle for almost 40 years. And I found out the trademark had lapsed in 2008. I filed for the trademark, got it back in production, and on the back of the lure package, I put a picture of my grandfather and showed a big stringer of bass that he caught with it back in the 60s. It's just bringing back one of those oldies but goodies.
It's a good presentation because they can see it, they can feel the vibration. It's a good way to go after them. A little bit better.
Got one.
You got one too?
Yeah, this one's a little bit bigger.
Look at that now, I'll tell you what, I've got a pretty good 14-inch fish. You've got one, looks like it's even better.
This is our best double of the morning, no doubt. Look at that. Another quality white bass.
People see us throwing all these white bass back in here, they're gonna think we're crazy. So when you start seeing these fish out there jumping, what you're seeing is predatory fish. They come out and they get in schools, and almost like you've seen on TV where you've got sharks or whales that will circle. They will circle and gather that bait up, and then it's like a feeding frenzy. They all go at the same time and they just start eating everything they can see. And they scatter the bait. It's a cycle that keeps going over and over and over.
There you go.
See if I can't get one on this top water. I love catching them on top water when I can get them to bite it. Oh, there we go. I'll tell you what, this little bigger plug, I've been catching bigger fish down here, and if you notice this bigger plug, the very first one I caught, look at that, it's probably 15-inch fish.
There's one.
Got him?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh man, I tell you what, I can't think of a better way to get kids outdoors than to get them out here and do this. You know, we're coming off of a crazy year, 2020 with COVID and no school, and life as you know it has just been different.
Being on the water and outdoors, period, just recharges you. It allows your emotional well-being to be optimized. Our kids, so many of them, just don't get any exposure to nature. You know, there's a book that you gave me a few years ago. It's called Last Child in the Woods, and it talked about something called nature deficit disorder. Kids that don't get to go out as much, they don't have as much energy and excitement about life, and they tend to have more anxiety and depression and struggle with emotional well-being. We do see it improve when they get outside.
Oh, here we go. Well, Josh, this was a lot of fun. We got out here, got to catch some white bass and black bass. I didn't need your medical services to take a hook out of my hand. That's a good day.
It was a great morning, a beautiful morning. Couldn't have scripted any better.
I'll tell you what, it's a great opportunity to get out here and reconnect with old friends, and this is a great way to get a kid off a computer out here casting and catching these fish.
Yeah, just spend some time outdoors, connect with nature, and if you get tight lines every once in a while, it's all the better.
Just watch those treble hooks.
That's right.